Come back, pull up a Zoom box, grab a microphone, get comfortable. It's about to go down. La, 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 la. Good evening, and welcome to the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I am your host for the evening. My name is Elemental. Happy Monday. This is the Jump Off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. You know what it is. We've been doing this for 187 weeks now, y'all. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Woo-hoo-hoo. Yes, we have. And here we go again. Every Monday, streaming live, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on Facebook, YouTube, and X, formerly known as Twitter. Listen, this is what we do, all right? If you're watching on one of these streams and you would like to join us in the Zoom, the number is on your screen. 279-995-364. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. It is truly a different world inside the Zoom. We do this week after week, 187 to be exact, thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills, all right? So we would like to thank the Howard Gilman Foundation, the Poetry Foundation, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, and Education of America for hosting our free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to neweurekan.org/contribute. All right? Make sure you are plugging in with the dopest tech in the Zoomverse. The one and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. You're not down with RMT by now? Damn it. You should be. I'm telling you, that cat's all over the place. For real. Make sure you are plugging in with the squad. Shout out C4. These poets are incredible. You got some brand new authors. You got some people who are on the move. They will be involved in the New Eurekan life. Trust me, one way or another. This is where you can find me, elemental.com. Trust me, there are so many things coming. Make sure you plug in. Tonight's theme, Masks of Life, Tricks and Treats. This is really so many different aspects of who we are, right? If you know anything about sociology, there is a term known as dramaturgy, right? It is about front stage and backstage, people wearing masks in their lives, right? Being themselves in different aspects of who they are, right? This is so many different things, right? I used to say this a lot of times. People wear masks. When you meet them, they're wearing a mask. Then you find out who they really are, right? Why do people pretend to be something more than who or what they are? Right? This is just so Halloween right here, right? But listen, this is also the last Monday night online open mic before the brick and mortar closes. All right. So we also do need to celebrate the fact that we are a part of what the cafe is doing, right? Every single one of you are a part of building and growing our legacy. All right. I appreciate all of you for being here. All right. Let's keep it going. Next week's theme, y'all. Protect the earth. War is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate. So, listen, and listen, I promise you, this was this came a couple weeks ago, right? But it's just so fitting for right now, right? There's so many people looking at war. There's, potential war happening in so many different places, right? But war is not the answer, and we all know that, right? War is progressive, right? So let's remind the world why war is not the answer, right? There's so many things going on, right? Let's do what poets do and remind the world war is not the answer. Let's get to the rules, y'all, so we can get to this poetry. All right, poets, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all the beautiful exuberance that goes into your poetic performance. All right, so turn your cameras on. Poets, have your poem ready, right? If you're going analog, dog in the page if necessary, right? Pull up the digital file to get it rocking. If you're using music, which is totally cool, make sure you're using original music and you have on the original sound. All right, we want to make sure that the agents of the interweb don't interfere with our stream in any way. So make sure it is original music. Poets, 3 minutes. Check this out. We continue to go and push further and further. Please respect your community, right? There are so many different ways that we can police this 3 minutes. Please hear me. There are so many different ways that we can police these 3 minutes to ensure that everyone gets their time, right? Please respect the mic. Please respect your community and your fellow poets. 3 minutes and a 30-second intro. Let's get it. We have reached night 9:30 for the babies, y'all. There are explicit lyricists in our community and some that may trigger some very heavy and explicit flashbacks, all right? But the founders of our cafe were major proponents in the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in every vein of what we do. Therefore, there is no censorship other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not, I said not, be tolerated. There is no censorship, all right? Thou hast been warned. I promise you, thou hast been warned. This is a true call and response space. After these poets get up here and they rip open a part of who they truly are, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to open up all of that energy and you share it with the room, all right? All of the energy that you share will come back to you in the poetic performance of these poets. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. It's the rowdiest night of the week anyway. Let's show them how it's really done, all right? The list tonight is closed. Sign up begins 24 hours before the open mic, which would be Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. To sign up, you go to newyourekan.org. You click on full events calendar. You click on the Monday that you want to get down on, and you need an artist RSVP ticket. It's the only way that you're getting on the guaranteed list, and these will not even populate until 24 hours before the show. All right. Also going on in the brick and mortar is the last, I say again, the last open mic in the brick and mortar hosted by Soul Preem. If you can get there, trust me, get there. I'm telling you. Wednesday also. If you can get there, be there. Shout out C4. Be there. For real. Also, Thursday night online open mic. Not really sure who's going to be the host. I believe it's going to be La Bruja. But listen, It was an incredible night. It's been an incredible couple weeks with our guest host, but make sure you are plugging in Thursday night online. It is truly incredible space. Friday night with Jive. Shout out DJ Paco. It is one of the most incredible nights in the world. Make sure you plug into it. Also, right after that is the open room with Chevy. And the last, oh my goodness, listen, I'm so serious about this, y'all. If you can be there, right? There is going to be just a momentous occasion. If you can be there, if you are anywhere in the tri-state area, make sure you come through and plug in with this. It is going to be epic. I promise you. Tonight's list. Look at all these beautiful poets who have come to share all their magnificence. Let's get to it. There's all my rowdy friends here on Monday night. Oh my goodness. Look at all these people. I see some folks I haven't seen in a while. I'm going to yell at y'all. I'm going to shout all of y'all out. So beautiful to see all y'all incredible people. How are y'all doing? I hope that you've had a great week up to this point. Really and truly. Let's get to it. Coming up first this evening, shout out the blacksmith in the building. This gentleman continues to come through, a mainstay of our community, aka Mr. Lighthouse Writers, continues to come through and show us how it's done with the sharpest of pens. The one and only Michael Sindler is here to set us off this evening. Please let these folks know how they can find all of the beautiful inspiration that you continue to share. It's great to see you as always. Please take it away.
Great to see you, Elemental. Great to see all the incredible artists here. Great to be here on this momentous age right before the brick and mortar goes away, and we're so happy that y'all are keeping it going online. It means a lot to a lot of people. I am going to go ahead and put up lighthousewriters.org, which is an incredible resource, both in person and especially for everybody here online. Just had like a really great 3-day queer creatives retreat. We're getting ready next month to have poetry fest. There's just always so much going on, and it's just a really wonderful thing. It's worth just going ahead and taking a look. I was going to do a piece that kind of do Halloween's, but it's a little long, so I'm just going to do a couple shorter things just so I don't start the night out taking up too much time. First one is called Queen of Halloween. It's a true story. She was the queen of Halloween, bewitching in an emerald gown. She tapped me on the shoulder, pulled me to the dance floor where the sounds swirled round. Bodies merged, time dissolved till we had danced the sacred night away. We waltzed out through candy wrappers strewn streets, gambled to my door. I do not have to tell you anymore. Magic comes in many forms, some tricks, some treats, some moments so enchanting, nothing else can quite compete. And I'm going to do another older one, just again, because I think it's short enough to basically fit. Hope so. It's called The Universe Laughs. I'll read it fast. The universe laughs when we make plans, shifting sands cover landmarks, carpets are pulled from underfoot, doors long open or slammed and locked, hands once extended or curled into fists. And yet still we find kind surprises, fragile footholds on craggy climbs, stumbled onto oases, a bowl of rice from a new met friendly host. The linear becomes a zigzagging abstract, backtracking, jumping into the void, swift flights up, tumbling, crashing falls, running through a hall of mirrors. Perhaps in retrospect, we find embroidered intricate patterns on tight stitched surface, totality of interactions, wise and foolish actions, crude cartoon of life story tapestry. Such discovery is doubtful, best remain humble, old age does not make the sage. Many, if not most, are no wiser as antiques than as toddlers, holding on to long disproved belief as answers. The universe laughs. But the laughter is devoid of spite. It takes no pleasure in failures or discomfort. It does not applaud our momentary triumphs. It knows all dust will return to dust to mix and reform and do as it must, repeating an eternal dance in which individual steps in tune or arrhythmic cha-cha into oblivion, dance cards filled the oompa of the orchestra, same jukebox, same song on perpetual repeat, each ear catching only fragments of melody, racing across stages in circles and sweeps, new choreographies mirroring a million others, echoing half-heard snatches of cliched lyrics. Smiling cosmos claps from behind the curtain, uncertain individuals merging into cohesive casts, script alterations tossed, lost in improvisation, each actor laughingly believing themselves the star. Memoir becomes metaphor, becomes all-inclusive mosaic, fragments, facets forming panoramic roadmap folded into Escher-esque camouflaged origami, tensile, mobile, indecipherable guide. The universe laughs when we make plans. Okay, happy Halloween, everybody.
Oh my goodness, I have never heard a truer statement quoted. Unmute yourself, give it up for Michael Sindler.
Yeah, Michael, the universe laughs.
Woo!
Woo! Yeah.
Nice job.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. I just popped into the room and I was like, what the fuck? He's killing it. Like I don't know what happened before you. I was like, if this is how the night's gonna go, oh man, I'm ready for a show. It's about
The universe has just begun to laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, let's do it. You see how it happens? This, and this is just the launch, ladies and gentlemen. The Starship is underway. I'm telling you. And this is how we setting it off this evening. Listen, from the first poem, he said, this is a true story, right? The Queen of Halloween, right? She danced the sacred night away, right? They gambled to my door. Magic comes in many forms. I mean, I'm pretty sure that everyone could agree. Magic comes in many forms. That second poem, The Universe Laughs, I have heard that so many times, right? Man makes plans, the universe laughs. Just like everyone feels that differently. Everybody gets that differently, right? The linear becomes a zigzag abstract. Like it's between that one and the old age does not make the sage. Come on. Just because you get there doesn't mean that you're the wisest, right? Each actor believing himself the star, right? Gosh, man, like I'm telling y'all, every time you hear Michael Sindler, every time you hear the blacksmith, you will hear that. Thank you, Michael Sindler, for being a mainstay and for setting us off this evening. Also, make sure you are plugging into lighthousewriters.org. Promise you, he would not be elevating this space for years if it wasn't worthy. So please take the time to check it out. Appreciate you, Michael Sindler. All right, coming up next, this cat, listen, if you are ever in need of a rhyme in just the right time, make sure you call this cat every time. The one and only Eddie, the fireman foreman, is here. And you better believe he's got a rhyme on deck this evening. Come on, Eddie. Let these folks know where they can find you online. Always great to see you. Take it away.
Thank you, my bro. Like no other words like thunder. Woo! Always born us right under. We want to follow me. Please look in the chat to know where it's at. Hello, my ghouls, witches, and fiends, and anyone in between. I'm ready to blow some steam. I got one short piece, and I got my monstrous piece, so I won't take too much time with my rhymes. Hope everyone feels sublime. All right. This is called Love and War. Palestine versus Israel, Jews versus Nazis. Does it ring a bell? One big genocide spree. War is good for nothing. Innocent lives taken away. There's always a risk getting something. Lives are taken by minute, hour, and day. Where's the humanity? Where's the truce? Where's the empathy? Where's the juice? Where's the reality? It doesn't have to be obtuse. Has history taught us nothing? There are no winners in wars. It's always ducking and running. Don't ignore. We need love to restore. Thank you. And I got this other piece. This is called the Mask Omen. I didn't choose the monster, but the monster chose me. This beautiful knife calls my name. I wear the mark of the bloodthirsty beast. I have no humanity or shame. I was a small boy who was ugly. Kids beat without mercy. Nobody helped me willingly. I cried unworldly. They threw into rivers without end. The water was going through my mouth and lungs. I yelled help, but I didn't have any friends. Oh, the deep salt water did suffocate and stung. I found this mask belonging to nowhere. The mask playfully sings. It promised to bear all my words with care. The start of new beginnings. I packed in my backpack. I paid it no mind. Its words were blissful heart attacks. I was amazed by the signs. After school, the narrow bullies chased me. I was a deer in the headlights. Please, just leave me alone, please. I couldn't escape with all my might. They held me down. They deeply bruised my stomach and face. I looked like a mauled clown. My blood and tears smeared with unmerciful grace. They left. I growled with sadness and pain. My book bag roared with ferocity. It roared words of crimson rain. It lured me with monstrosity and a curiosity. It roared, tomorrow you won't suffer no more sorrow. I smiled with a quicker smile of glee. It says their punishment will be agonizing and slow. Thank you, my angel, who will save me. The day after, there's nothing new. Police chase without end. There are hyenas at the zoo. I heard someone says, put me off, my terrified little friend. I put on the mask. I felt semi screams and whimpers. It happened so fast, their bodies went completely timber. I took off the mask. They are bloody and lifeless dolls. It completed its task. Wait, was I the cause? I brought up a storm. They are butchered without remorse. The mask made me transform. The mask drifted off course. The next day, I saw a few guys chase a woman. They had snake eyes. She screamed for help throughout the land. Nobody came. Well, I'm not surprised. I followed to a vacant alleyway. I put on the mask. I was blood fly and bodies decay. It was a start, but it didn't last. I killed them, me and my crimson hands. I made these beasts fall. My mask. I truly understand. I tried to comfort the woman, but she slapped me. She had the same hate as the bullies. I was the monster of her misery. I will help to set her free. I put on the mask on again. I hugged her close and tight. I just wanted the screams to end. It felt wrong, but it felt so right. I ran covered with blood and perfume, my body nestled around away in the darkness. I was showered with the light from the moon. I was consumed by my animalistic bliss. Hold on real quick. You want to know my name? Here's the hint. Happy Halloween. Knifing's my merry game. Would you be the next prey for my crime scene? Thank you.
I love that cat starts to dig it in his voice. I'm telling you, unmute yourself, give it up for Eddie Forger.
Nice job. Perfect.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect.
I love it. I love it.
Breaking the 2D wall.
Woo. That's what it's about. It's about a performance. You know, that was great. I loved it.
Come on, James. That's what I'm talking about, right? This is an open mic. Are we not dealing with an open mic, right? Are we not in a performance space, right? This is what it's about, y'all. This is the true expression. This is why I love poets, right? I can't remember if I've ever seen Eddie wear a mask, right? But he just flipped it into, yo, this is where I'm at this moment. And I appreciate that, Eddie. I truly do. Really. In the first poem, man, listen, when you start talking about love and war, man, listen, all is fair, right? You said, you know, it's one big genocide spree, right? Where is the empathy? Listen, all is fair in love and war, right? Has history taught us nothing? We learned, right? But if history is in any indication of the future, roaches and crabgrass. Roaches and crabgrass. The only two things that are expected to survive a nuclear war. In the second piece, right, the mass omen. Listen, man, I just truly, I really dig how you dig into, right, the bullies, right? I didn't choose the monster chose me. I dig that, right? That just means that you dig into a space that you know you have to be and you survive, right? The mask made me transform, right? I was the monster of her misery. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's how you do it, Eddie. I appreciate you, man. Continue to dig in, for real. All right, coming up next, it's been a while. It's been a while I can yell at you. Oh, it has been a while since I have seen this incredible poet. She continues to come through, also a mainstay of our community, continues to come through and bless us with some heavyweight punches. The one and only Dominique Colding is in the building. Always great to see you, Dominique. I hope that you have something incredible, as always, to share with us this evening. Please, take it away.
Thank you so much, Elemental. I'm so grateful to be back here on Monday night. So you can follow me on Instagram at Deep Truth and Love. Tonight, I just have one short and sweet piece. It's on theme, and the title is Shadows in Hiding. Shrouded by the complexity of darkness, peering around sharp corners, they hide in the periphery. A nanosecond of a flicker, a flash in the corner of your eye. I wonder what they see and sense without a countenance. Constantly morphing, ebbing, flowing, never a solid state. They lie in wait, heavy and dense like smokeless fire. Their presence, a heavy amplifier, counting on you to never discover their true fate. Were they once human, or twice demon, or thrice angel? Who can tell when they're trapped in a personal hell? Not one iota of light emits from their being. Even in the blackest of black, darkest of dark nights, 3D eyes fail to catch sight. Third eyes, quartz crystal clear, attuned to 5D vision, sensing what is near. Shadows out of sight, but not out of mind. Transfixed on the cheap thrills of temporal concerns. Searching, like phantoms, they yearn to return home. Searching, disembodied with no choice but to roam. Searching, will they ever find? Eons of erosion, centuries of corrosion. Searching, it's a distant memory what was lost. Their soul has been sold at a discounted cost.
Oh, that's how you gonna do? Damn. Unmute yourself, give it up for Dominique.
Well, nailed that last line. I tell you what, that was
Fantastic. Nailed the landing.
Great line.
Wow.
Yeah, there are a lot of
They
deep
said it.
truths
They
in
said
that.
it.
Yeah.
Woo. Goodness. Listen. He said she nailed the landing, right? As we're getting ready for the Olympics, that's how you score in 10. Gosh, you stick the landing. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, that last line was damaged. Oh, it was damaged. Oh my goodness, it was damaged. Thank you, Dominique, for coming through with that new shit. Listen, it's I love when poets dig around it, right? We get all the way in, right? Our root structure is so serious about people hiding in the periphery, right? They're constantly morphing, right? Were they once human, twice demon, or thrice angel? Is that what you said? I thought that's what, gosh, that's so heavy, y'all. So heavy. I implore all of y'all to go back and listen to that again. Once human, twice demon, thrice angel. Crazy. Shadows out of sight, but not out of minds. Come on, y'all. This is what we do, right? I continue to say it's the greatest community in the world, right? Some folks do this. We do this. Appreciate you, Dominique. Make sure you are plugging in with Dominique Colding, truly. All right, coming up next, we are being transported to a place in the universe where the Jedi Master exists. And I'm telling you, the transportation device sounds like this. We are now about to be delighted by the one and only Paul Skiff. The OG is in the building. Unmute yourself. Let these folks know where they can find you online. Always great to see you. Please take it away.
Hey, hi, everybody. It's so good to be here again with all of you, especially lots of you folks who I don't see here all the time. So thanks for being back here again. I just have, this isn't on theme. It's just kind of spoofy, nothing heavy or anything. Although I guess there's a bunch of triggers in it because probably there's plenty of you who've heard some of this before, because this has a title, Crap People Say to Poets. Like, you're gay, right? Don't be so hypersensitive. Isn't that a sissy thing? Yeah, the only good poets are the rappers, like a great MC. You dig your stuff. You got no rhymes. Where's your bongos? So do you have an eating disorder? You're not going to end up killing yourself, are you? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear you're a poet. Hey, keep your day job, bro. Like Dr. Seuss, right? Boring. Like, you're gay, right? Like, are you Eastern European or something? Let's hear something then if you're a poet. Can you do a haiku? N-E-R-D with a capital N. So like you were like a bedwetter, right? I know. It's like a therapy thing for you, right? You can work out all your issues that way, right? Let's hear something by Cassius Clay. Yeah, floating like a butterfly. Oh, anything can be a poetry. Shit. So you played with girls all the time, right? Oh, you're just overcompensating for your inferiority complex. Hey, you have to stop now and get off the fucking mic, hey. Oh, fucking sissy. Where's your black turtleneck? How do you make money with that? Yeah, according to who? Yeah, my uncle was a poet. He wore this pink shirt all the time, right? So you're unemployed on public assistance, and like being a poet is your street cred thing, right? Oh my God. Have you seen all the totally crappy poet videos on YouTube? Those people don't have a clue. Freaking pathetic. Oh, crap. Sorry. I mean, one of them isn't yours, is it? I didn't mean that. So you're like goth or something, right? Oh, wow. Like empowerment, right? Like contribute to the community thing. Yeah, raise the public consciousness. I know. You must really get off on rejection. Not hot, hey. No way you're going to get laid from that sucker. Or if you do, it's going to be some totally idiot skank. How romantic. Yeah, that at 99 cents will get you a slice. So, Prozac or Paxil? Like, I couldn't tell from your glasses, hey. What'd you do? Take a workshop on that or something? I knew you were a fucking weirdo. Yeah, so what you're a poet? That is not going to get you a score of 10. You know that, right? Good luck with that, dude. You think that makes you special? Really? I want to see you support yourself on that without being a total joke. Can you write something for me I can use that will get my girl to go down on me? Shut up. Hey, a monkey can do that. So like you're schizophrenic or like borderline or something, right? This better not end up in one of your crappy poems. I really like the one you did about the BJ in the porta potty. So Adderall or Klonopin? Oh, stop crying. You know those judges don't know fucking bullshit. Fucking A, baby, that was some weird shit. Well, don't feel so bad. They booed Lauryn Hill off the stage at the Apollo too, so. Yeah, a lot of out of work actors and people trying to do like stand up go around here saying they are poets. There's a high suicide rate for that. You know that, right? Yeah, in your own mind, maybe. Hey, wasn't Hitler supposed to be a poet? And Manson? You got any vagina poems? You got any dick poems? Really? My last girlfriend was a poet. She had some really bad hang-ups too. She accused me of having her under surveillance once and shit, really off on another world. Hey, you know, I hated being in her poems too. So Ritalin or Haldol? Well, if you put on, well, look, I'll put you on the list, but I'm not sure we'll get to you. Really? So you spend a lot of your time like in emotional fugues and stuff, right? Like in melancholia and stuff, yeah? You're like super sensitive all the time, yeah? Okay, great, you're a poet. But don't ask me where some dumpy cafe is around here because I don't know. A monkey can do that. You're on the list. You're last on the list, right? You're last on the list. Wow, that poem you read was amazing. Want to come home with me? Listen, in my country, a poet is like a hero of the nation. A poet will give a reading in a sports stadium for like 50,000 people. Let me tell you, that thing you read about your orgasms, that is not a poem. Poetry is dead, sucker. No one reads that crap. We regret to inform you the state council has decided not to give you a grant. Your 3 minutes are up.
Goodness. Like, God. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Paul.
Paul, who hasn't heard that?
I'm gonna play that before.
Heard quite a few,
mic.
if not all. Yeah,
that's an opener. That's an open mic opener.
I was today years old when I heard Skip go to fuck off. I was today years old when Skip went the hell off about poets.
All the way up.
I'm gonna play that when I look in the mirror in the morning. That's what I'm gonna do.
Listen. Here's the thing I love about poets. Another one of those things I love about poets. We can say some of the worst things and make them sound poetic. He did say in the beginning things people say to poets, right? Actually, crap people say to poets, right? And he just commenced to raining on us all the crap that we've all heard. Some of you might have heard some of them not, right? Look, CC's got his book in the screen. Like, listen, you'll see some of that shit in there. You'll probably hear some of that crap in there, right? Some of those things that people said. So you're like goth or something, right? Right? Like Dr. Seuss, right? Only good poets are the rappers. I don't know about that, right? You were like a bedwetter. Last time I checked, I believe the serial killers were the bedwetters. Just saying, being a poet is your street cred, right? Nah. We just do things right. I know you're a fucking weirdo. Yeah, I'm a weirdo that loves words. And I love putting them together. And making you feel like you're this big. With a haiku. My gosh, I love poets and I love poetry. Thank you, Paul Skiff, for doing what you do, and staying committed to it. Coming up next, a newer mainstay of our community who continues to come through and tear it apart. Can't wait to hear what he has to share with us this evening. The one and only James Hamilton is here. Let these folks know where they can find you online. It's always great to see you. Please take it away.
Hey, I dropped everything into the chat there as far as how to get a hold of me and everything. But as always, it's James Hamilton, author everywhere. I wanted to tell you, you know, in the beginning you said respect to Mike. I'll let you know I brought her because I'm not on an outside open mic, and I respect her. I bring her along wherever I go. Just, you know, keep her warm. Keep her warm. All right, so I've been traveling a lot again, but actually this one here I wrote the other day in the park. I sit down here in the park in central Wisconsin and look across the river. So I have not read it out anywhere, but I'm gonna give it a shot. From right here, I see the mask of the universe and the shape of the leaves and the branches on their tree. Their structure, form, and figure changing as the wind makes them free, fluctuating on the ladder's whim. And it all reveals itself to be more. A synonymously universal whore, natural power decreed, metamorphic glee, a forever changing construct or romanticized mindfuck, shifting, sliding, conniving, shameless antimatter with fortuitous luck, clean flow, influx, static course, but with order in its chaos, arranged in disorder, in and through and across, found and hidden and eternally lost. An idea, a talisman, an icon, whole, circular, paradoxical, or crossed, subjective but real. And they speak from that branch on the tree. Pictures, sculptures, interpretation, artistic topography, the universe's way of showing how art is supposed to be. Wet, warped, crusted, and weathered from the weather. Rain, mist, and gust of wind blowing in from the sea or wherever. And I take a breath, and the world breathes. From over there across the river, unemotionally tattooed with energy and vibration and tactile frequencies, imprinted, embossed, and etched into, adjacent, and on the branches of that tree. And I sit there depressed, and I taste it all as it's revealed to me, and I blink, and it's gone. And the shapy shapes I saw are perverted, my perception all wrong. And I fidget. And in an instant, there's something new to see, a different way, a different shape, a new belief, beamed in from above or from an affected space inside of me. And I feel, I need, and nature riots as the wind blows. And I believe in the power I've been shown, and the universe knows.
Listen. Woo-hoo. He said nature riots as the wind blows. Come on. Unmute yourself. Give it up for James Hamilton.
James.
One of my
Nature
favorite
riots.
poets.
Sick
That
work.
was-
Wow.
That was a killer.
Very powerful. Very
And
powerful.
the universe does know.
Yes.
Indeed.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Relax, bro.
That is just, man, I see that. Right? I got that one. That was heavy. Not like I don't, get all y'all line. I'm just saying that one just, Oh, nature riots when the wind blows. Ah, that's heavy, man. That's heavy, man. I might have to jack that one. Some metamorphic glee, right? Shameless antimatter. Like, again, this is why I love poets, right? Because we put things together that just like, ooh, that's so poetic. You're so right. Goes back to what Paul Skip was saying, right? You have to be super sensitive all the time. Yes, because that's what we do. We feel the earth in ways that people refuse to. And we have the nerve to be gifted enough with these words to share with people. He said there's order in its chaos, arranged in disorder. All right. Appreciate you, James Appleton. For real. Appreciate you, man. For real. Make sure you keep coming through a mainstay. Make sure you plug in with James Hamilton. Shout out DG Clearing for bringing James to the community. Truly appreciate you. All right. Coming up next, Vincent Price in the building. I had the magnificent pleasure of reviewing this gentleman's latest book, Mirror, Mirror, is on its way. This gentleman never ceases to amaze. The one and only Ike Waltz in the building. It is always great to see you, Ike. Let these folks know where they can find you. Please, take it away.
Hey, you! Let me trick, and you may treat. Hush. But with whatever wit, these Gales, these Romans, even those aliens, talk to me. Before I was dying, Dia de los Muertos, they said. So let me be tricky, or language my treat. Halloweeni, sa win, dulcia aut dolum. Let me engulf you, my Gaelic, sa win, my Latin, dulcia aut dolum. Hush, who is there? Trick or treat, I'm dying, be aware, you see. Hush, who is there? It is raining, 1,000 tears, and many more. Hush, who is there? Who is crying, that angel's choir? Say no more, so beautiful anymore. Hush, who is there? A million snowflakes in glistening white, so icy cold, sticking to places everywhere. Hush, which god has the better gun? Who is killing Mother Earth? And you and me, even everyone. Hush, mortus viventi, mortus, 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 and Ascentia, just the same, ex plus, no sensuous game, mon Dieu, 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 the perpetuum of infinity. Hush, misa mirabile victu, something so amazing to say. Hush, petit mort, and if you are beautiful, your dance, but only for the ones who are as lucky like me. Hush, who is there? Vita nova, who is there? Renovatio, creatio, ex nihilo, creatio, vita in aeternum. But memento mori. Today I see myself sitting on the end of once, my delirium in bed, and I think that gallus mortus meus est. I remember from school that I had left vengeance at best. Bloodshot eyes closed, the stench of war, history expressed, a score like never before. Once we buried life in mass graves with a rusty shovel. But now, according to the rules of war, according to the law of war, AI does it better, and trenches are deeper than ever before. But what will I do without you? So I wait. I put on my mask with one dislocated eye, and I trick me, and I treat you with my kiss and my deep sigh. I'm finally dead, dead, dead. I am, you see, It's me, bone dead. Hush! It still speaks, that mask of once, that once upon a time. Hush! I lit the darkness with a dream. I can't remember the body in the coffin, the ashes in the man-made urn, the message I carry of so much love and little green fish alive. Greetings from that miserable goes without yester saying, that macabre ain't men, vulture out nolom, that trick or treat of mankind, that laughable conspiracy, so ghostly, so deadly, so lovely indeed. Thank you.
Man, I'm telling you, when the storytellers are in the building, they show the fuck up. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ike. Whoa!
Yeah, Ike, I love
All
your
right,
voice.
Ike.
Your readings are tremendous.
Doing the
Which
job,
God
taking
has
on
the
the
better gun?
high wire.
Hmm.
The high wire
Which
of war.
God has the better
Yeah, right,
gun? That was
right
sweet.
there, right there.
Man, was that not heavy though? Which God has the better gun? Like, was that not heavy, y'all? Like, come on. Like, he just dropped that off like he was like, oh, here's your food. Like, which God has the better gun? Right? Who do you pray to? Do you pray to the gods of nuclear or atomic? Napalm, right? Like, come on. I told y'all. When Vincent Price is in the building, he never misses. Ike, were you speaking Latin, sir? Coming back at you. Were you speaking Latin, sir?
Yes.
So you're telling me you're fluent in Latin. How many other languages
No,
are you
I'm
fluent
not
in?
fluent, but I can read it.
How many languages do you know, sir?
Wow. Very well, 2 and maybe 5 a little bit.
This guy. Thank you, Ike. I appreciate you. He said 2, maybe 5. Maybe 5, maybe a handful of different countries I could go and hold my own. Thank you. Because listen, he said, let me engulf you, my Gaelic, right? Let me be tricky or language my treat. Trenches are deeper than ever before. You're absolutely right. Because people are continuing to dig deeper and taking us into the worst of ways. Yes. Coming back at you, White. Yes. Hold on. Can't hear you yet. 1 second, I gotta unmute it. Making sure we can hear you, Ike.
What I mean to say is that in the Gaelic time, in Gaelic language and history, that's where Halloween starts. And then it was kind of in a parallel way continued during the Roman time. And there appears the word dulcia aut dolum, which means trick or treat. So there started that part of it.
Thank you.
So Samhain means Halloween. That's the original name.
See, we listen. I know. I'm trying to keep it short tonight, for real. But this is what I love about poets. I get excited because we get the truth. We get the truth because you know why? Poets do their research. Poets are never going to tell you anything that they haven't researched themselves, and they know for a fact. I love y'all so much, man. For real. Y'all make this poetry even more engulfing than it already is. Thank you. Coming up next, all the way across the pond, truly appreciate this gentleman for hanging out with us late as it is. I told y'all the storytellers are in the building, and here comes one of the most eloquent ones in the world. The one and only Lantern Carrier is here. Let these folks know where they can find you online. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you, my brother. I want to etch my heart in your dreams, filling it up with the light of your beauty. Paint my tomorrows with the marrow of life, flooding my core with your glimmering dawns. Quiero bailar en tu alma, singing of love like the ancients did, drunk from the taste of your sweetest wine, enjoying the thrills of your ecstasy. To carve my embrace on each flame of your glory, while my bones cry out from the folds of your grandeur, my blood sanctified by the glee in your smile and the tenderness of your intimacy. I would like to nest in your sanctuary, to remind me I walk on holy ground, con las estrellas a mis pies, in a moonlit glow, and my joys echoing your kiss of delight. Let me lie on your aura beyond even death, rejoice with jasmines, your redolent breath, hold your pink cheeks in the soft palms of my hands, sleep and awake in your honey-hallowed lands. Down here in this dunya only mask I do see, the dark ghouls of Halloween, the facade within me, the smiles that I force to disguise all my burdens, those I collected on thorns I have trodden. I drink poison from news with its prickly deceits, emotive and sad I still press for repeats. I wish the dark clouds would shift from the skies, and my woes become rays in my once sunlit eyes. The fog of pretense I must carry within, fake sensuality to save me from sin. This shield of protection I do have to wear, a warrior's armor deflecting the spear, led glued to red thorns of remorse and despair. History shows me the veneers of descent. I preach the do-nots while doing the do's. The do's are do-nots of the spider's entanglements. Who are the screws and who is wearing the shoes? Fears are my pointers, afraid of the light. Scars to become my heron in flight. Chained within labyrinths, rays swallowed in coal, with shadows that cover the light of my soul, shadows that cover the light of my soul. My weakness is rouged, the wardrobe, my healing, hides this nakedness from the serpents of Eden. I carry my guise with much inner fears, reach out to celestials with bounteous tears. Dearly beloved, do anoint me with glee, as long we're together, then I know I am free of all that would fetter and chain me to veils. There's so much concealed in lingering trails. Let me bask in your aura of myriad glows, rejoice with lavenders, all the wafts that I chose. Hold your pink cheeks in the palms of my hands, play hallowed symphonies on your musical strands. The next time I smile, do pay close attention, as your love assuages my inner dissension. I cough and I spurt without wearing a lot, yet my greatest disease is one of the heart. My greatest disease is one of the heart. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
That dude does this. Unmute yourself, give it up for Lantern Carrier.
Yeah, Lantern Carrier does it every time.
Yeah, beautiful, my friend. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I got nothing. That was sweet.
Here we go again. My wife is like applauding you from the kitchen, Lantern Carrier. Like, I don't even get special attention. Like my wife is like, soon as your name was called, she was like Lantern Carrier, like all in the kitchen cooking, Lantern Carrier. Like you got a fan. You got a fan.
Got a whole fan.
Got a whole family of fans.
For real. For real. You sure do. A global family of fans. Listen, let me tell you. I told y'all this cat was an eloquent writer, and he shows you every single time. And I told you it's mad late all the way across the pond where Lantern is. Mad late, right? But he stays up to rock with us and also deliver heavy, beautiful poetry. He said, my blood is sanctified by the glee in your smile. When was the last time you ever heard someone say something like that? That's what I love about poets who are poetic on purpose, right? Drunk from the taste of your sweetest wine, right? My joys echoing your kiss of delight, right? Like, there's so many things that you do, Lantern Carrier, that are just so prolific. And I thank you so much for always being dedicated to who you are and maintaining your level of artistry. Truly appreciate you. Make sure you're plugging in with Lantern Carrier. All right, coming up next. Oh, I love it. The infamous is in the building, right? I have also been in rooms with this gentleman, and I do believe he is a poet laureate in his area. The one and only, the infamous Doc Janning is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online. It is great to see you. Welcome. Please take it away. Anybody hearing them? Hold on, Doc. Hold on, Doc. We cannot hear you. We're waiting. Oh my gosh, I gotta get the hat in there. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Back. I missed it. We're missing all the audio. We're missing the audio, Doc Janning. Go back 1 second. I'm asking you to unmute one more time. We need to get that, right? Because the whole, right? It's almost like Indiana Jones, right? Like when you get the hat on, like it's a whole nother joke. You got to get the whole thing. You know what I mean? One more time, Doc. Can we hear you? What is going on? All right, we'll come back, Doc Janning. Right, Ron, please connect with him. Let's try to get that working. Let's try to get that working. All right, so we'll move forward to another mainstay of our community. I don't see them. Where'd they go? I thought they were here. Okay, we'll keep it pushing. We'll keep it pushing because this is what we do, right? Either of them are there. But I know the keeper of concrete is here and he is ready to rock. Check it out. I was just working with this cat, and let me tell you, something about this cat real quick. If you don't know a dedicated poet in your life, check this out, because you're about to see one. I know this. We all have heard this poet get down, and I'm telling you what I know. There are a few people in this world that get down like this, and you're about to catch one. The one on CP Mays is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online, Mays. You know what it is, folks. Take it away.
I can be found on IG and Facebook at CP Mays, Charlie Papa, Mike Alpha, Zulu Echo. I'm happy I got a new poem that's fresh off the press, only like an hour old. So I'm gonna read this new shit. Don't scream woo when you did the same thing for Lantern Carrier. Okay, I'm back. So a new poem that some guys are gonna shoot a video off of. It's called Voice Boxing with Heroes. I've been voice boxing with heroes for as long as I can remember. 1, fears for what? Just to watch our own dreams die slow. 2, decorated Sergeant Marine Corps medals equal 2 rows. 3, I don't know much about comic books, but believe me, I know a lot about heroes. 4, when I was knee-high to a grasshopper, age 4, with the face full of tears, face to face with fears, the fight my parents fought was to keep their keepsakes from having to do their homework in the dark. Heroes. 5, when times were really hitting hard, they could stretch $20 in the grocery store shopping cart and feed their family of 5 for an entire week. Heroes. 6, some need no cape. Heroes. 7, days a week. Heroes. 8, bouncing back, single parents still choosing love over hate, even after a divorced state, with the soul for the faith, knowing true love is not too late. Now courageously you're going out on your first date. Heroes. Autistic twins, age 9, teaching them your code. You protect yourself, you fight to protect those that can't protect themselves, just to turn around and be told showed how you stood up to an adult bully at the 4th grade bus stop, abusing the trust of other souls, my autistic twins, 2 of my strongest heroes, 10, 20, 30 hours overtime work week after week after week, losing sleep just to ensure there's something underneath your family's Christmas tree. Heroes, I am voice boxing here. There are times when my PTSD gets the best of me. There are times when life gets the best of me. There are times when life can just sucker punch the breath out of me, but never give up. Even when I get knocked down, when you get knocked down, we never give up. Even when it takes a really, really, really long time to get back fucking up, you never give up. Friends, strangers, family, you better never give up and know that you are made of the stuff that's the makeup that makes up what true heroes are made of. Heroes, I am voice boxing here. Confession. Autism, PTSD, depression, twice a week speech therapy, hard to comprehend homework. It ain't no joke. Quote, the devil whispered in my ear, you're not strong enough to withstand the storm. Today, I whispered in the devil's ear, I am the storm. End quote, confession. I am and you are the storm. Heroes, not all of us need a cape. Home.
Such a fucking monsters. Come on, man. Unmute yourself. Give it up for CP, man.
You wore me out.
Amazing work, my friend. Amazing, tremendous work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Incredible performance as well.
Yeah.
It's a great
Wore
point.
me out.
That's gonna be a filmmaker needs to do the visual on that. You got something
Yeah.
there.
That's what's supposed to happen. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'm digging whoever that baby
I
is.
saw the
too.
supermarket line is like the mama, and I had this vision in my head of like you got her little kid, like 5 kids around her, one on a shoulder, pushing the cart, one's holding a bag, and they're all shopping together just for that one little meal. And I don't know why I saw that, but there's visions in there.
I feel as if like the poem itself, like fuck the poem, like we're all have the makings of what makes up a hero. We just forget that shit sometimes, you know?
Oh yeah, the bully
That's
line.
well said,
Yeah.
my friend.
Come on, man.
And
Yeah,
sometimes it's
Yeah.
as simple as saying hello, or as simple as like choosing rent over a light bill that's past due. You're a hero just for making it another month. Like we all got the makings. So thank y'all. Like I think the poem's getting there. Remember, we are all fucking heroes.
I remember the powdered milk. So we could have some.
Oh, listen. Heroes, listen, that I told him earlier that poem was cooking, right? Heroes don't always wear capes, right? Sometimes heroes wear nightgowns. Sometimes heroes wear work boots. Sometimes heroes wear curlers. Sometimes heroes wear lab coats. Sometimes heroes wear name tags. You know what I mean? Like heroes come in all shapes and sizes, people. I promise you, right? Thank you, Maze. Thank you, Maze, for bringing that. He said, I am voice boxing with heroes here. Choosing love over hate even after divorce date. That's a heavy one, right? Teaching them your code, man, right? It's funny how we see our children as heroes, but they see us as heroes. You know what I'm saying? It is that cycle. We are truly, truly learning from each other. He said, don't forget that you are what makes up. You said that makes up what the makeup that heroes are made of. Something like that. Like, What you do is ridiculous, Maze. Thank you for what you do, man, and sharing it with us. Make sure you are plugging in with CP Maze. As he mentioned, his video is coming very soon. We're going to go one more, and then I'm going to pass it over to the one and only Ron Mark Thompson. Doc Janning coming back at you. Really, I got to get this hat switch. I need to see this. I need to get all of this action in my blood for real, 100%. Doc Janning, are you with us? Still no sound. No, anyone else? Anyone else getting any audio from Doc Janning? That hurts my heart. Oh my goodness. We're going to try one more time, Doc Janning. We're not letting you off the hook. You took the time to sign up. We're going to try to make sure we get it cooking. All right? Please, just hold on. We're going to get you over to Ron to try to work that out. All right? Again, one more poet, and then we're going to move over. I'm going to pass it over to Ron. So I get to yell at this next poet, right? This next poet reached out to me and made sure about the theme this evening. And I'm telling you, what this poet does, you will not forget. They continue to come through. It has been a while, so I hope you got some incredibly brand new things, right? I don't even know if this poet knows I'm coming at them, but yeah, I'm coming at you. They run a blog called Diamonds in the Abyss. The one and only Marty is in the building. Let me tell y'all, this poet is going to come and burn it. I'm telling you, they come to burn it down every time. It has been a while. It is great to see you, Marty. Let these folks know where they can find you online. Please, take it away.
Hey, everybody. I didn't even know it was my turn. I was like, oh, he's talking about me.
Testing.
Oh, is that Doc? Do you want to go ahead and let him go?
Can we just get Doc Janning on the side real quick?
Yes.
Doc Janning, are you with us?
I'm here now.
Whoa. Okay. Marty, if you don't mind, we'll get to Doc. We're coming back. Doc. Fantastic. Thank you, Marty. Appreciate you. All right, Doc Janning, we are in the building. We got the whole Indiana Jones. Let's do it. Come on, Doc Janning, take it away.
I am doing a poem by Robert E. Howard, the creator of Conan the Barbarian. He wrote this poem, and it was published in the Weird Tales magazine in January 1930. It is titled Dead Man's Hate. They hanged John Farrell in the dawn amid the marketplace. At dusk came Adam Brand to him and spat upon his face. Ho, neighbors all, spake Adam Brand, see ye John Farrell's fate. 'Tis proven here a hempen noose is stronger than man's hate. For heard ye not John Farrell's vow to be avenged upon me, come life or death? See how he hangs high on the gallows tree. Yet never a word the people spoke in fear and wild surprise, for the grisly corpse raised up its head and stiff pointed at Adam Brand and clambered down the gibbet tree, the noose within its hand. With gaping mouth stood Adam Brand like a statue carved of stone, till the dead man laid a clammy hand upon his shoulder bone. Then Adam shrieked like a soul in hell. The red blood left his face, and he reeled away in a drunken run through the screaming marketplace. And close behind, the dead man came with a face like a mummy's mask, and the dead joints cracked and the stiff legs creaked with their unwonted task. Men fled before the flying twain or shrank with bated breath, and they saw on the face of Adam Brand the seal set there by death. He reeled on buckling legs that failed, yet on and on he fled, So through the shuddering marketplace, the dying fled the dead. At the riverside fell Adam Brand with a scream that rent the skies. Across him fell John Farrell's corpse, nor ever the twain did rise. There was no wound on Adam Brand, but his brow was cold and damp, for the fear of death had blown out his life as a witch blows out a lamp. His lips were writhed in a horrid grin like a fiend's on Satan's coals, and the men that looked on his face that day, his stare still haunts their souls. Such was the fate of Adam Brand, a strange, unearthly fate. For stronger than death or hempen noose are the fires of a dead man's hate.
No doubt about it. The fire of it. Woo! Unmute yourself. Give it up for Doc Jenny.
Right. Thank you, Doc.
What's the wait? Yeah.
So glad we finally managed to get you in there. That was an inspired choice.
I had to plug in an external mic.
Well played.
Just so long as it wasn't me.
There was only a tiny glitch, but I think it froze and we didn't miss a word.
No, we did not. No, we did not miss a word. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, for going through and dealing with those technical difficulties. But we enjoyed every single word, right? For those of you who are not familiar with that tradition, right? I believe that is with the El Paso barbed wire open mic. When you cover a poem, right, you put on a hat to, recognize that you're covering a poem. I love that tradition truly. And thank you for bringing that poem, right? Conan was one of my favorite characters growing up because I loved his brutal savagery, but he was always under control. Always showed control. Even in his savagery, he showed control. I love how you said the dying fled the dead. Like when you think about what that means, that's just, it's so heavy, right? We've seen it depicted in so many ways, but when you think about that, the dying fled the dead. And you also mentioned 1930, right? It's funny how some things that we find and we know and we hear are just recycled from somewhere else. Thank you, Doc Janning, for coming to Monday night and hanging out with us and sharing your incredible artistry. We truly appreciate you. I am going to pass it over to the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be. Ron, how you feeling this evening?
I am feeling okay. Hello, everyone. I am in the New Regan Poets Cafe. Let me turn here. You see the famous brick wall here. And as Elemental mentioned, it is we're getting closer to the building shutdown. So hope everyone can hear me because right now we have the on-site open mic going on upstairs. The last one with Supreme on Monday. We had a sold out. We had sold out shows last week at the Wednesday Slam and the Friday Slam. It was just amazing. It was beautiful. But as we mentioned, we're gonna have to start the building reconstruction, to which I'm going to get to in a second. But allow me to bring up the slides. I'm sorry, it's just so many things going on in the background. You know what? How about I in the chat I'm going to put in including for the newcomers that yes, you are in the Monday night online open mic right now. We use the same Zoom ID each Monday. Thursdays we use the same Zoom ID as well. You can put that into your calendars. And if you missed it, a few of you mentioned that we're going to play back some of the great poems that we heard today. You can just go to our live streams on Facebook, YouTube, or X, formerly Twitter, if you want to rewatch any of your or the other performances. Great. All right. So let me quickly bring up the slides here. 1 second. You share the screen. Share screen. Firefox. Okay, and here we go. So, as Elemental mentioned, right now in the cafe is the last on-site Monday night open mic going on. tomorrow has come the day. October 31st, it's both Halloween and we will be celebrating the 50th anniversary, the exact 50th anniversary of the New Regan Poets Cafe. If you're in the city, if you're in Manhattan, from 4 to 7 p.m., we will have a free haunted house. You can bring your kids or you can just bring yourself as an adult. It's going to be fun for all of you. And then we're going to close the building for a few hours. And then at 10 p.m., we're going to start the adult party. You can get tickets on our website, on our ticket calendar. We still have a few tickets remaining, or you can get them at the door. There will be performances. We're going to do like a lottery style open mic. We're going to have music. We're going to have DJs. We're going to give out prizes, and we're just going to celebrate and party. And at midnight, we're going to, toast with champagne, and then we're going to continue partying to 3 a.m. So that is tomorrow, Halloween, our last in-person event in the current building before we are shutting it down after tomorrow to start the 3-year reconstruction, which we are calling the New York reconstruction. The reason it's 3 years because it's New York City doing it. We have received a grant from them, and they will be handling the reconstruction. So we'll give you more news, as the next weeks, go on. But during the next weeks, as many of you have mentioned, that we're going to continue the online open mics. Mondays, 8 p.m., hosted by Elemen2al. Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, hosted by our executive director, Labrour. Thank you so much, Deadpan Lizzie, for guest hosting 2 weeks ago, and Matthew Green for guest hosting last Thursday. Labrour is expected back this Thursday. I'm expected back on the tech assistant seat, so please join us for this. We're also going to try to squeeze in the monthly Beatniks online this week. We may not be able to live Zoom and stream it at 5 p.m. on Wednesday this week, which will be November 1st. If not, we're going to upload the video. Just stay tuned. We will let you know about all of this. And I put on this slide here for a good reason, because yes, in the United States, daylight saving time ends this weekend on Sunday, November 5th, 6 days from tonight. The reason I'm bringing this up, because we are an international open mic. Yes, the New Regan Poets Cafe is based in New York City, but since the pandemic, we've had gained so many wonderful performers and friends, from all over the world. Thank you so much, for coming to our online open mics. In Europe, daylight saving time ended a few weeks ago. Other places like, Unmesh in India, I know there is no daylight saving time. So if you are in one of those countries where it's, not on the same schedule as the United States, next week our open mic would be, I believe, an hour later, if I get that right, because we're going to be back to 5 hours beyond Greenwich Mean Time, or UTC, Universal Coordinated Time. So that's just a reminder, please make sure 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Monday. This Thursday was still on daylight saving time, but next Monday we're back on Eastern Time. All right, so we did mention that we're going to close the building after tomorrow. There will be no more Wednesday or Friday slams here. Last week's were the last one, and tonight is the last Monday on-site open mic. We will be giving you news in the very next weeks about where we're going to bring our programming. We have secured an open mic which we are partnering with the International Center of Photography in New York. That one is coming up November 16th. We're going to give you more details next week. We're going to try to create a new on-site open mic on Wednesdays. I can't give you yet details because we're still in negotiations with that off-site venue. But I am authorized to tell you the good news that we have partnered with the Bowery Poetry Club, which, if you are in New York City, you may know them. They are just a few blocks from the New Regan Poets Cafe, located at 308 Bowery. And starting on Monday, November 20th, we will be starting a new Monday night poetry slam every Monday, 7 to 9 p.m. at the Bowery Poetry Club. And that one will be alternately hosted by J. Rose and the Bee. J. Rose will be the first host on November 20th. So again, stay stay tuned for, more details, but this one I can already confirm 3 weeks from tonight, on site, not in Zoom, on site, in addition to the online open mic. Again, stay tuned with us. So, also, Labrua will be continuing 3 writing workshops that she hosts at Studio One, which is located on 4th Street, which is, again, not that far from the New Rican Poets Cafe. She just hosted a writing workshop session there last week. The next one will be the last Thursday in November, November 30th. And then December, it'll be mid-December, December 14th, 7 p.m. in person. But she also has live streamed the last few writing workshops there to our New Rican Poets Cafe's Instagram. So if you cannot make it, connect to your Instagram 7 p.m. on November 30th, and you can still write along and learn from our executive director, Labrua. I definitely recommend her writing workshops. I've attended them, and they're very good. So even though we are shutting down the building, stay connected with us. Our ticket site remains the same, for any of the online events and the off-site programming. You will see, where we're going to go. Also, if you haven't signed up for our mailing list, I'm going to put the link in the Zoom chat. If you're on one of the live streams right now, just pause it and scan the QR code. And then last but not least, here are all of our links, social media links, website. I put Labrua's Instagram page, Elemen2al's Instagram page as well. You can connect to our link tree. And as you know, our online open mics in its 3rd year, we're very soon getting into the 4th year. As of now, they are still free. We want to obviously continue, to offer you to you as long as possible as we can do them for free. So if you want to help us out, feel free to donate. You can go to newregan.org /contribute, and any money that you donate will go towards the operation of these wonderful programs here. As we are in one right now. And next on the list, the reason I got confused because 3 poets that were on the list are not in Zoom. I know Kitty was, I saw Kitty earlier, but I don't see Kitty now. So we're going to now go back to Mari. See, Mari, I think Elemen2al just didn't want to introduce. I'm kidding. He loves you as much as he loves anyone else. So I'm going to have the pleasure of introducing you. I'm so glad we can see you again. It has been quite a long minute, since we last seen and heard you, but that's okay. You are with us now, and that's important. Mari, welcome back to the Monday Night Online Open Mic. Let everyone know where we may follow you, and then go ahead. The next 3 minutes are yours.
Oh, thank you. Feels good to be back. Hey everybody. You could follow me on Diamonds in the Abyss. That's my Instagram handle. I think I have it in my my name I could put it in the chat as well. So I had wrote a poem. It was like a narrative poem about my life. So I was thinking about sharing a little bit of it. It's a confession that I wrote, confession for my innocence. But I think I'm gonna just go with something else. And this poem is called Sangre. I think I shared it a while ago. I just added more to it. Yesterday, I drove through a thick, blinding fog. I hoped it would lead me into a portal that would take me to the places that I visit in my dreams. The places where unfamiliar faces greet me with familiar smiles and hugs. Here, they remind me that eternity is a real place. This fog caused me to levitate in memories, and before I knew it, there I stood, lost in my mental labyrinth, which shape shifts with my emotions, filled with dark alleyways, lined with street lamps with flickering bulbs that hold the pieces of the souls that still continue to guide me with the light of their memory and love. I soon found myself in a house of mirrors. As I walked down the forgotten corridors, I started to break every mirror because I didn't want to see the reflections of me. Images of my past, the puppet I used to be, the wooden girl without a cricket for a conscience who just wanted to be free, I painfully stepped on every fractured piece of me as I remembered that I was a shattered girl living in a shadow world trying to hunt for the sun, barefoot on hot city concrete, standing in line waiting to get baptized in the river of illegally opened fire hydrants, which was the only time I felt relief. I was the forgotten Tarzan, a child raised by sewer rats, swinging through life's jungles, holding on for dear life to the lines from discarded children's Bibles and National Geographic's magazines that I saved from trash piles and used to build paper houses for me to hide in while I treated my wounds alone. Life's lessons built a warrior like no other. I am a walking, talking enigma. My soul is grotesquely disfigured with scars and missing parts, but the one thing that was never touched was my heart. My blood type is the rarest of them all, not A, not B, not AB, not O. It is light, it is heat, it is energy, it is unapologetically me. When I get hit by fists of life, this rare emulsion flows freely from my busted lip and bleeding nose onto paper and dries into fragments that form love notes from my soul, reminding you and I that anything can be conquered with love. Anything. So I invite you to sit with me. Get lost in this fog with me. Take your mask off and put it down by your feet. It's time to get free. I see the beauty in your scars. Don't hide them from me. Home.
That was deep. Oh my God. Whoa. Okay, everyone, please unmute yourself. Let Mari know how you just felt about this poem. That was wonderful. Wow.
Yeah, that was absolutely.
Diamonds in the Abyss. Yeah, does it again. Awesome.
Marty's one of my favorite poets in the world.
Amazing. That was a great job.
Oh yeah, cry baby.
The kids agree, or whoever they are in the background there, you know. Wow, Marty, thank you so much. Thank you for being, so brave. Well, oh my God, so many quotable lines, and then like, especially toward the end, take off your mask, and do. Marty, you have to keep coming back. We need to hear you. We need to hear you, And I don't think we did get to see each other in person. I know you tried a few times to make it, right? So I don't know if I missed you or if you didn't make it though, but hey, we're going to continue, just as I said, even though we're not going to be in the actual New Regan Poets Cafe building, we will be continuing programming at the other side. So thank you so much, Marty. That was very powerful. We really appreciate you. All right, in the chat, I'm going to put all the links that I mentioned in the slides as well. Also, I had a chance to go through the chat comments and in Zoom, and I want to clarify. Thank you, Mariana, for pointing that out. The summertime in the US and Canada ends on Sunday morning at 3 a.m. This Sunday, November 5th. Sorry. So that way, when you sign up 24 hours, before the Monday Night Online mic, we will already be in standard time, in winter time. So if you're in one of the countries that didn't didn't go by daylight saving time, you have to either subtract or add the 1 hour. You guys are smart, you were way smarter than I is. You guys can figure that out, and don't worry, like this morning the list didn't get full last night. This morning the list didn't get full until this morning though, so if you don't sign up right away and get in the top 10, we do have 25 spots. So no worry, Or you can always come on Thursdays because we have the good luck round on Thursdays. Also, I wanted to send healing wishes to Kitty. Lenton wrote in the chat that Kitty wasn't feeling too well. So, thank you, Kitty, for stopping by earlier. And, if you're watching it on the live stream, hope you're feeling better soon and we get to hear you very soon again. And I also want to acknowledge Paul Skiff's comment about Bob Holman. He is a director now at the Bowery Poetry Club, and yes, indeed, he formerly was the director of the New Regan Poets Cafe many, many, many years ago. So he is just as excited as we are that we are partnering with the Bowery Poetry Club of bringing our one of our slams there on a weekly basis. So that was, it's a great partnership. 3 weeks from tonight, we're looking forward to that. Again, if you're in the city, please stop by, and hopefully you can see us in person at another site, or keep coming to the online. On that note, let's go to our next online performer, just in case you wonder, like, if I ever got confused. On-site, online. Yeah, on-site is happening upstairs right now. And I think, CC, you did mention about, the headphone, I think, makes it a little different. And I also have Zoom filtering out the background, music coming on. So I'm glad you guys can hear me. But CC, you are next on the list. I'm asking you to unmute. Here we go. For some reason, Zoom didn't work right away. CC, you know how it goes. Welcome back to Mondays. Let everyone know where we may follow you, and the next 3 minutes are all yours. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. I'm going to do a screen share here. I got something that I put together yesterday, and it's a little Halloweeny, but we'll see what happens. Let's see if I can get this going here. Screen share. Okay, here it is. And do this, and do this, and do this. So just Google Arshagra. You'll find out whatever you want to find there. That's my whole laptop. What a mess. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, hold on a second. I'm gonna get press play and we're good. So this is my YouTube channel. It's kind of new. If you want to go ahead and share and subscribe and all that crap, I'd appreciate it.
In a world where lies are real, honesty is not welcome here. The exposure of truth subdivides the mind into the propaganda of what knowing is allowed. Here, the fight of mind, living behind the guise of power, is rooted in the weeds and vines, growing the lies of the reality you think you are weaving, till it chokes off the tree of your being and pretends to belong to the right side of death is coming. And now all you know lives to kill any truth that sounds near, till innocence becomes the madness of a psyche always fighting. Your fears grow to surround you, and so you gather minions of fools to protect you from the enemy you sold as a threat from those others. This is what allows fear to replace you, terrorizing the masses with near hopelessness and the strange of safety. Living in the decay of good, where all the mirrors in the house are painted over to keep the evil out. And so you shudder, and so you shudder. Feeling ever more defenseless, for you can hide no more behind the architecture of reality's construct in mind. Mind you now. And then you start to shake with oblivion standing right behind you. And you cannot shake the point of the words spoken just moments after your world already ended. You are your own reality slaver. Behind every mirror was your belief trying to tell you what lies became you. What lies allowed you to enslave yourself.
That's how you do it like that then, huh? Unmute yourself, give it up for CC Shagra.
Yes, CC.
Love y'all.
That's I love when poets start to get all extra, double, triple layered creative with stuff, because that's when the true magic starts to happen, right? When you start breaking past those walls and those boundaries of what we actually do, you end up with something like that. Thank you, CC, for pushing the boundaries and sharing it with us. Truly, truly indeed. Like, that's what it's about, right? Is continuing to stay on the cutting edge of those things. Truly. Real quick, y'all. Unmute yourself. Give it up for the one and only Ron Mark Thompson.
RMT.
Ron, all right.
Are you down with RMT? Every last homie.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
guys.
Ron. I gotta say that last one was a little bit inspired by Poet.ku there with the framing of the head in the shot.
Of course, of course. This is why our community is so great. We inspire each other. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank all of y'all for being here this evening. Truly, all of y'all who are watching on the social media platforms, we truly appreciate you. I want to send a shout out to Vex Lex. They mentioned they wouldn't be able to be here. Ron mentioned Kate, Andre Reyes. I see Mia Aguilera in the building. Hey, Mia, always great to see you. I saw Poetic Desire in the building. Saw Catman Bill in the building. Terry Rose Jertson, I also saw. Listen, it's always great to see these folks to just come and hang out with us, right? It really just helps all of this energy flow in the best of directions. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, I have had the pleasure of hearing this next poet to rock on a Thursday night. Last time, I believe they were rocking with the Thunderlung. Shout out Ray Jane. This poet, listen, when you hear a poet rock in their natural voice, it is so beautiful. Let me tell you. Welcome to Monday night. It is truly a pleasure. Please let these folks know how to find you online. Listen, I am looking forward to you gracing the Monday night stage. Welcome, Jennifer. It is our pleasure for you to be here this evening. Please let these folks know where are you coming from this evening.
Hi, Elemen2al. Thanks. I'm happy to be here. I live actually in Germany, but I'm in Jamaica, my country, spending a few months after living in Germany for over 40 tired. So I'm coming from Jamaica today.
Fantastic.
Welcome.
Welcome.
You can find me on Instagram. Thank you. And Facebook. I must admit that I'm a bit lazy, so I'm not as often as I should be posting things, but I do try to take part occasionally. I'm going to do a poem today. It's a bit serious, not romantic. Dealing with war. It's titled Bonfire. I may lighten it up a bit afterwards by doing a very 30-second love poem. This is titled Bonfire, started by my heirs shouting to my eyes, open, 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 rise, arise, run, hide. Quickly, I scramble out of bed, body trembling, my blood feeling trepidation, springing into action, seeing the fire red sky, my bedroom wall gone, broken glass, smashed furniture, miraculously lucky to be alive. Mommy, Daddy, where are you? Brother, sister, where are you? Spotty, my loving doggy, where are you? Gone. Silence. No crying, silence, no whimpering. God, dear God, am I really alone? Not ready to be alone. I want them back. God, dear God, not being ungrateful. Thanks for placing your protective wall around me. Quickly melt the heart of men. Let us live in peace. Peace. Destruction of lives. They plan for war. Bomb, fire. We want peace. They make weapons for war. Bomb, fire. We want peace. They budget for war. No possibility to change their minds. Future destruction imminent of mankind. Bomb, fire. We want peace. They towards an on future.
We truly appreciate you. I thought you had one more. You said you might like bring
Yes,
it back with a smaller little poem.
Gonna do, yes, after that, just to like, this poem is called Coming On.
Yes, please. Please. You mentioned another little smaller poem. You said a love poem to bring it all the way in.
30-second poem.
Go right ahead.
Yes, 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 yes. I do the second one. In this poem, my grandfather is telling my grandmother that he's now impotent, have deserted. You can't bear me. Think of the fun we had when young. Poem.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Jennifer.
All right.
Jennifer, welcome to Monday night.
Yeah, you got to
put that
back.
second little one in the chat because it broke up a little bit. I got a feeling that's got a little ha-ha to it with that smile.
Yes.
Thanks for being here.
See, listen, this is why I love our community, right? Because we always, you know, we bring new folks in and we welcome new folks in the best of ways. Thank y'all for truly making her feel welcome, right? And for showing appreciation for her work. Jennifer, you're always welcome on Monday night. I believe they just got kicked out too. But in the poem, she mentioned, "Dear God, am I really alone?" You know, when you are facing what war brings upon you, you do ask questions like that, right? We want peace. They make weapons of war. Unfortunately, it is that way. Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer, for sharing your incredible poetry with us. We look forward to you coming back to Monday night and sharing your work with us. Truly. All right. Coming up next. The Magus is in the building. The one with all the gusto, the one and only Gustav Salas is here. Let these folks know where they can find you online. Gustav, it's always great to see you. Please take it away.
Hey, Elemental, great to see you. RMT and beloved poets. I am Magus801, Magus 801 on Instagram. I have 2 pieces. Let's get to it. This is called The Widow's Son, the prologue. Must I still search for the one to heal the wounds of the widow's son? Or have I found her inside you, strong yet weak, for wounded too? Can our love help to heal, as love can when it's real? For I have died and been reborn, cast off the mask, for it was worn. Still reeling we are from 3 grave wounds, wandering the desert, lost in the dunes, struggling against tyranny and superstition, the head wound of mind control through repetition, the death of thought, the road to perdition, the throat wound to silence our tongue had turned us to liars, everyone, slaves to a freedom in name only, lost in a crowd, perpetually lonely, dying by degrees for the courage to say, real ass kicker, human feeling narcissism, sociopathy, crowd you to the borderline, living a lie, pretending everything's fine. I propose to heal all wounds of the human spirit. I write this now in hopes that you will hear it. A rebel warrior reclaiming freedom of thought, word, and conscience. Don't fear it. Tyranny thrives because we let it. Don't buy their lies. Please don't forget it. And the second piece is a tribute to New Eurekan Poets Cafe for the New Eurekan construction. It's called A Heartfelt Thank You. My deepest and most loving thank you to my New Eurekan Poets fam. My mother died right before the pandemic, and I went into a long and deep depression, a total creative blackout. I was so lost in a maze of grief and hopelessness, I wrote nary a word for a full year. The word acedia, a spiritual or mental sloth, was my constant companion. Then I found the Monday night online open mic, and my world opened up to a new creative horizon, stretching my atrophied artistic muscles and dragging me out from darkness that had enveloped me like a comfortable straitjacket. There's nowhere else I would rather be than on New Eurekan Poets Cafe stage, so free. My mother's with me on that stage in spirit and always in my heart, as you are my poetic tribe. Thank you so very much. Peace and blessings to you all. Thank you.
That damn Gustav does it every time. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Gustav Solid.
All right, man. Nice tribute.
Thank you, Gustav.
Good job, bro. Excellent.
You represent so many.
Right after. Pretty
Well,
bad
indeed. Right. Gustav has been rocking with us for some time now, and he has been at that energy level the entire time. That's what I love about Gustav, right? He continues to come through with all the energy that you expect from Gustav, right? And that's just a standard that you've set for yourself, and I appreciate that, right? Everything that you do is just it has so much work into it, has so much depth into it, right? He said the head wound of mind control through repetition. That's just heavy. That's just a heavyweight line. That's just like, oh, I need a 10 count. Ref, like give me a 10 count real quick. Tyranny thrives because we let it. Right? Like, this is why we deal with the things that we deal with. Thank you, Gustav. Thank you for just truly being dedicated to what you do. Really, really, thank you for that. All right. Listen, we have had a few folks jump on us, but listen, we got a few more poets left, and we're gonna get through it. All right. Coming up next, this gentleman usually finds himself near the end, but as usual, he is ready, I'm sure, with something incredible as usual. The one and only Prince of P is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online. It is always great to see you. Come on, man. Take it away.
My name is Prince of P. You can find me on Instagram at
Principe Giddy Jr., PRINCIPE GUITY Jr. The poem is called Nana. Stolen 16 years ago, Nana lost signal with the earth, more like passed away. More specifically, it was a stroke. Her life was moved by ups and downs, no runaround, stubborn as they come, strong as well. Those Texas eyes had story to tell, not to sell, but to inspire. Nana's life was harder than mine. One day I mined her mind for a school assignment. But the day she died, she made her bed with God. God planned my summer weird. How odd. Took a trip to New York to see my dad's family. The day she died, I found her, head face down, on the table. In my maze of a mind, I was bended by the moment. Called 991 in a state of shock. The funeral was draped in tears, but filled with love because of a dove called Nana. Poem.
Let me tell you something, how important grandmamas are. Whoo! Unmute yourself. Give it up for Principe.
Principe and the dove called Nana.
Yeah, Principe. All right.
Thanks, Principe.
Well, I just enjoy when people show respect to their families. You know, it's something about that. You know, he said she's sturdy as they come. I think all of us could say something like that about the people who came before us, right? They are sturdy as they come, right? He said her tainted eyes had a story to tell. You better believe it. Nana's life was harder than mine. Listen, that's why they worked as hard as they did, so your life wouldn't be as hard as theirs, right? Anytime you see your grandparents, show them love. Appreciate you, Principe. All right, coming up next, this incredible poet, I'm telling you, it's just everywhere. This incredible poet is everywhere. Every time I go and show up somewhere, I see this incredible poet. I get a chance to hear her phenomenal work. The one and only Marianne Teft is in the building. Shout out to educators in the building. I love when this poet comes through because it is always so magnificent. Please let these folks know where they can find you online. Great to see you as always. Please take it away.
Thank you so much, Elemental. It's always a pleasure to see you too. You too, Mark Thompson, and poet friends everywhere. I'm on theme this evening with a poem that talks about masks that are not disguises. My poem is called Kintsukuroi Woman. Torn and thrown to the ground, vessel shorn from careless hands, I am Kintsukuroi Woman. On my face, valleys etched one teardrop at a time. On my back, ashes of cooled passion. On my hands, scars bared beneath faithless promises of gold. Breaks and tears, filled and fared with precious elements, all forgiven like renewed vows, more beautiful for broken, lost but better so. Patient forgiveness resides in the careful lines of gold that illuminate the damage and become my history. Nothing to disguise in vicissitudes of time. Wrinkles of joy and madness line my living face. They are what makes me beautiful. They are what you call mine. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That's just not even fair. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Marianne Teft.
Typically wonderful.
Thank you,
Always.
everyone. Thank you.
Woohoo, Marianne. Awesome.
I implore all of you to think if some of your greatest or favorite male poets were women, what would their voice sound like? And I was just thinking about that because as I was listening to you read, Marianne, I just felt like Is this what Edgar Allan Poe would sound like if he were reading a poem? If Edgar Allan Poe was a woman, is this what she would sound like? Like it's something about it. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that you sound like Edgar Allan Poe. I'm just saying, I was just thinking about that as you're reading. You know what I mean? I think the way that you weave that poem together, it just made me think about that. Right? You said illuminate the damage and become my history. Oh my gosh. Right? Faithless promises of gold, something about that. It's something about that, right? And I love how you always seem to write such a beautiful abstract into your poems. Thank you. Thank you for sharing it with us. Truly appreciate you. Again, shout out all the educators in the building. All right, coming up next, a newer mainstay of our community has come through and continues to come through. And listen, this person's voice will draw you in. She'll definitely draw you in, all right? Because she's just that smooth with it. I don't know. You'll see for yourself. The one and only Sri Lal is in the building. Always great to see you. I truly hope everything has been going great. Let these folks know where they can find you online, please. Take it away.
It is going great. It's always great to be here, Elemental, and a shout out to RMT and all poets. Such inspiration. I am Sri Lal Dev on Instagram. And I have 2 poems. So many crows. So many crows, some say, the erratic caw, and I think of the rickshaw horns that do not pass, swerve, or blare here on our rural roads. In cities far north, monkeys climb the temple walls. They swing and chatter like a mind that longs for enough gold to buy an unbruised freedom. Like flesh and bone that hunger for a gentle touch in the night. Wherever we are, some cry carries us away from ourselves. The voice of a crow, an unquiet mind, or the bronze tongue of the temple bell that calls good souls to prayer. Then this one is a fire rises. A fire rises in the pit of the gut, and I forget myself. At the gray langur's door, I give up. I cut my hair, dance bare in the Badra rain. Who am I? I ask myself again and again. From the shadows of a mango grove, 2 birds sing of sweet and bitter fruit. 2 fires rise. Between lust and rage, there is no difference. In the cowshed shrine burns a fire of surrender, a fire of loss and vow. Fire is fire to she who holds no thought in mind but one, who rises from ash, who sends forth a holy river from his hair, one I have known since before I was a whisper on dark water. Thank you.
Damn, a whisper on dark water? Come on. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Sri Lal.
All right. Thank you, Sri.
Excellent piece.
Tremendous. Reaching across the bridge of love. Climbing the walls.
Yeah, that's what I call taking people somewhere else with you, really.
Indeed, right? This is what I love about poets, right? We can take something that you know and take you to somewhere else with it, right? You heard the Jedi Master say that, right? Truly taking people on a journey into your ideas, into your creativity, right? So many crows, right? So many crows, right? An unbruised freedom. Come on, who has one of those, right? Freedom comes at the ultimate cost sometimes, right? I love in the second poem, you said, between lust and rage, there is no difference. That's just gonna sit with me for a few days, right? Between lust and rage, there is no difference because the aftermath or the fallout sometimes is exactly the same. Thank you, Srilal, for sharing that with us. All right, final three poets. Let's get it. Coming up next, Captain Flo in the building, ready to burn it down as he usually does. If you do not know this poet, make sure you are plugged in. He is the author of Emotional Defibrillator. The one and only Daniel Fernandez is here. Let these folks know where they can find you online, man. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
Hello, I put my link tree in the chat, which will have link to Amazon where you can find my book, or you can DM me on Instagram. You'll also have my Facebook and etc. Anyways, the poem for today is not in theme at all, and it is around 3 minutes. It is more like a story, but it's called "Who Needs Enemies with Friends Like You," and is also written from the opposite sex. And this is how that goes. This was also written about a month ago. Who needs enemies with friends like you? Who needs enemies with friends like you? It was us against the world before you joined that group. A 20-year friendship that wasn't postly removed. You found a new companion, at least that's what I assume. I supported you when you were sexually abused, and here you are fucking my boyfriend. What's your excuse? I will have a detailed discussion with him on why he didn't refuse. This is where I draw the line and our relationship concludes. My boyfriend, really, you couldn't find anyone else? Seducing my man just to satisfy yourself. Do you remember back when we were 12? We promised not to let each other down. Apparently, it's working pretty well. You sabotaged me and smothered our trust. This feels like that time when Stacy stole your crush. Back in high school where love is expected to corrupt. I took it upon myself to try and was astonished with my luck. I met Jason and we were captivated by each other. I felt alive and life was full of color. We explored whatever Jersey had to offer. I relished his presence and even more under the covers. I felt beautiful all throughout summer. Everything was perfect, even supper. You're jealous because I found what you were looking for. A love worth being loyal to. Well, not anymore. All those years, I never pictured you as this whore. I guess people change once tenderness is ignored. That group of yours destroyed everything. 5 assholes, including you, who forgets to think. Acting innocent but goes mental after a couple of drinks. Hooking up with a person just to cut the strings. Gambling with affection because you like what it brings. One day you'll realize that love is not as sweet as pudding. I'm livid, but in a way extremely disappointed. If you can just stop professing, this could have all been avoided. You're abandoning yourself to have carelessness infested. You used to hate people and now you are comfortable congested. In 5th grade, you were unsettled, then you delved for a friend. Your parents were going through a divorce and only I can comprehend. We clicked in a way that's supposed to last until the end. If I had tickets, you made the time to attend. If someone intrudes, you would have been the first to defend. Years feel like decades now. Respect is dead. Your sympathy vanished and your name became a memory. A betrayal so uncivil it should be in a documentary. You stabbed me with a smile. That's a felony. It's so fucked up I'm thinking it's more than just jealousy. Fuck you, you crazy little bitch. Destroying who we were by putting it all at risk. We used to dress up not knowing how to use lipstick. We had something going, you have to admit. But no, you threw what we had into the abyss. All I can do now is reminisce. I hope you are happy because I missed what we had. Friends becoming enemies that used to make us laugh. Now it's just me dwelling on the past. I'll break up with Jason because I can't have any of that. Cheating is unacceptable, even if the relationship is bound to collapse. I keep losing people that has my heart attached. This is goodbye. Feel free to brag. I always had a dazed feeling that it would never last. Thank you.
This dude continues to show y'all why he's one of the best at it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Daniel Fernandez.
Daniel.
Hello, Daniel. Yeah. Buy his book.
That's an amazing road you're taking to write from the perspective of a woman or a girl or a female. And when Elemental got that spark from hearing Shree's poem, it's like you never know what's going to inspire you. I mean, somebody could read a poem about a boat and you could suddenly have like, yeah, it made me think about what if mansions were teepees, or I mean, you never know where it comes from, but you get
Yeah.
inspired, and it just. But there's something in the marriage between what Elemental saw inside that poem and what you did writing for. It's a challenging road, and it's difficult. You could step on your own words and you know.
Yeah.
And trip on your own face with that kind of shit. There's a lot of danger zones in there, you know. Should be a warning against the poet who wrote it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
100%.
it's good. It's good. Thank you.
Listen,
Good to see you.
I love it. I love it. Listen, this is why I say it's the greatest community in the world, right? Because, and listen, this is why I do this, because we don't always get a chance to, like, you know, talk shop after the fact. You know, you go to a real live brick and mortar after the fact, after the show is concluded, everybody goes outside and hangs out, and the whole cipher continues after that. You know what I mean? So I've been dabbling with an idea of possibly doing a New Year after party on like Instagram. You know what I mean? Going live and just talking about how we rocked on, you know, how the open mic went, you know what I mean? Poets getting together, you know what I mean? That's just something I thought about. If you guys dig that idea, I may try to pull that off. It just depends on, you know, how much time we spend in this space. But I just love that being able to hang out after the fact and just talk about what we heard, what we dealt with, you know what I mean? Showing love to each other and the other poets. So, final two poets. I'm gonna let y'all out of here. Let's see. There he is. Coming up next. Now, this poet has come a couple of times, right? And from what I understand, he is very appreciative of all the great things that the Most High has done in his life. And I truly, truly appreciate that, right? Because when you are grounded in faith, then you know the sky is really not a limit, man. It's just it's just the next level of where you're going, right? The one and only Jesus Lugo is in the building. It is great to see you. I believe the baby sounds have been coming from your spot this evening, and it is great. Really, really. I think it refreshes everyone's their auditory palates when they hear children. Really, it just changes everything when that happens. What's up? What's happening? Right? Thank you truly for sharing your family with us. Listen, we look forward to what you are coming to bring this evening. Let them know where they can find you online, man. Please take it away.
Well, today I got two for you. One of them I just threw in there once I heard that the topic had to do with masks. So every single one that I said so far has been like old. The second one that I'm gonna do is something that I just wrote recently. But anyway, with that, the first one I said I love my family. Why do they hate me? When I feel like this, I think, Lord, why you don't just take me? And it's always been this way, not just lately. I put a smile on, but that's so fake. See, past that, this mask that I wear, if anybody really cares, they can take it off and tear it apart. In this world, build a real one. In this world, I know it's rare, and they come in every color I know except for clear. And I'm so tired of when I hear, "Are you okay?" No, but yeah is what I say. So what? I know I'm lying. Nothing that comes out their mouth gonna stop me from crying. Inside, I feel like I'm dying. I don't quit. Word to me, I be trying, but my face they still spit. So many words I can use to describe them. I'll settle for one. Hypocrite. That's what they is. Fake, phony, selfish actors and cruel. Oops, I think that's six. I could keep going. I got plenty of fuel, but what would that fix? All right, stopped right there when I wrote that one. And then this one I said I love her, but I feel hated. Everything I do berated. When all I ever wanted was for our hearts to be intertwined, so berated. Somehow it all faded and left my heart deflated. Move on for what? There's nothing left but the next woman who comes and tries to rate it. If I'm wrong and hope still crawling, the way I'm feeling, please squash or rate it. I'm sorry, but my emotions are at a 1 on a scale to 10 if asked to rate it. And the number's still overrated. My mental Lord, please aid it. This may sound cliche because I'm so not perfect, but trust my mistakes I owned and aided. I cast the line, Lord, you baited. I'm asking, Father, was what I thought pure just played it? Predestined? Was failure fated? Nah, can't be. I can still remember when all our hearts were mated. Unfortunately, it was short-lived and so predated. Started when in our relationship without you, me and her alone tried to dictate it. I pray it's not too late, and mine and her love can still become related. Only time will tell if my rib was the place she really was created. Turning to you, I apologize because it's beyond belated. I'm such a fool. I knew the solution is still delayed it. No matter if our load was heavy, though I know you know, because you was the one who waited. For patience, we should have waited. We're sad over damages to the wrong relationship. I'm choosing to be irritated. Seems like you for her I traded. What? When? How was I persuaded? A life absent from you was never the way I portrayed it. Our bond, I'm grieved I betrayed it. Only who I'm named after should be imitated. Lesson learned. For us to succeed, we need to build on you. And what's amazing is the foundation, Jesus already laid it. The price is life already paid it. Only way, your way, Yahweh, for true peace to be implicated. Her love never left, so I praise fully reinstated. If so, I put a ring on that finger so quick till death be dedicated. Cold nights, my love will continue to keep her insulated. Holy Spirit, show her the truth, so my love is no longer debated. And as usual, my heart is the source from where all this is predicated. Thank you.
And then he had the nerve to wrap it in the heart at the end. Like, come on, unmute yourself, give it up, Jesus Lugo.
That's right.
I really, really can't tell you how much I really, really dig how much you show reverence and pay homage to your faith. It really does make a difference, right? It really does. So thank you. Thank you for being fearless enough to do that. And then happen to be, kind of dope with it. You know what I mean? Like, my emotion is at a 1. You know what I mean? Like in the second poem, right? Like when you get to that point, man, there's not really much more you can give, them not much more you can do, right? How I was persuaded, right? Till death be dedicated. Like it's those little things, you know what I'm saying? It's those little things that make people realize that, listen, it's not just a grandiose idea. This is something that's very specific to who you are. And it's so meaningful to your life. It's a turning point. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for not just being aware of it, but for writing a poem and sharing it with us. Truly, truly appreciate you. All right, we have reached the closer of the evening, and listen, I mean, as far as closers go, we really hit the jackpot on this one. Coming up next to close us out this evening, an OG is here to show us how it's done and still do it at a high level. Got the chance to meet this beautiful poet and do what he does. I'm telling you, it's always such a treat to introduce the one and only Ngoma in the building. Man, really, it is always such a delight. Please let these folks know where they can find you online. Shout out to Oshun Oyen. Please let these folks know where they can find you online. Great to see you. Please take it away.
Hey. Greetings and salutations. It's good to see everybody. I finally got on at the end, but it's all good. Here's some new shit. Abiodun kind of challenged people to write about freedom. So I ended up writing about freedom. So this is it. Searching for freedom. I be looking for freedom, but she be hiding out. I wasn't even gonna write about freedom, but Dune dared me to do it, damn it. See, freedom is elusive. Not many, if any, have seen her lately, but the planet Earth is a dangerous place these days. Most of the world is poor, and freedom ain't free. She got a price tag on her head that not many are willing nor able to pay. I was told I could find freedom on other continents, but there are rulers every place you go with wars of good against evil. It's beginning to look like Armageddon, all in the name of unseen gods and distorted history that all depends on who wrote it. So be very careful. There are those that paint the map of Alkebulan upside down, and many souls lost to destiny. Meanwhile, I'm still searching for freedom. I hear she's barefoot and starving in Palestine. She's hiding in a bunker in the Ukraine. Someone told her that the US Congress was kidnapped by MAGAs, so she's fasting and meditating, believing in that old time religion, praying to Ogun to set us free. Anyway, I got one more poem. before the end of the world. If you think I'm sexy, let me know. Because we could get along before these madmen blow up the world. I could be your bridge from the past to the future because the present doesn't present much hope. And I'm looking for an alternative to war. Maybe a dark beer and a Nati dread woman who practices ganja inhalation meditation. I want to taste the THC on her tongue. Take me to some other place deep between her thighs. I want to contemplate her navel from the inside, search for answers to questions like what makes her juices flow. And I'm looking for an end to rhetoric. There's a battle going on to capture your mind. Surround yourself in light. Forget your prayers. Instead of trying to talk to God, meditate. God will talk to you. Listen to the silence. It may be the only good news available as lost souls cry out the truth. Sacrifices to injustice, victims of the world's disorder. Beware of bushes that burn. Wake up and piss, the world's on fire. I saw it on the news the other day. Some madmen with stolen passports, men of no property who love death more than women and freedom more than anything, set fire to Twin Towers in the Pentagon. Snakes' eyes came up like skeletons. The stench of rotting corpses poisoned Wall Street. Wrapped in old gory, the Dow tumbles like a drunk down a dark stairway, a victim of amnesia, forgetting all the crimes she has committed, pleading not guilty in a court of insanity, a cacophony of stolen elections, genocidal reflections, and wars that rage on since Solomon's temple. So choose the red or the blue pill, if you will. You scoffed when told to behold that the horse was pale. Liberty is stuck at the airport, bags being searched by the National Guard, cheeks spread, raped again like Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Vietnam, Grenada, Palestine, and Haiti. The news is controlled by Disney. The fantasy on your TV is stark reality. Only you have the power to change it. Put down your flag. It cannot protect you from the karma.
That's just not okay, sir. That's just not okay, sir. Put down your flag. It will not protect you from your karma. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ngoma.
Beautiful poem.
Fucking brilliant. Yeah,
Ngoma, you just
brilliant.
Great.
Thank you for being you. You don't age. You do get wise though.
You know that there is only one Ngoma, like only one. And I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful, right? That I get to tell my grandchildren one day that I know Ngoma, that I have his book with his signature in it. I'm telling you, it is truly an honor and a pleasure to know all of you, right? I hope to have one day in my library all of your books, right? I would really listen. We had something at one point. I would really love to make that happen, but I need a manuscript with all of you. We might have to work that out. At one point in time, they did something called Love Letters to Gaia, right? We may have to do something like that. I'm going to put that in motion, right? We really need to come up with a online anthology. I truly believe that. We have too many talented poets here. We have spent so much time together. We can change the world with a manuscript. I think we need to work on that, right? I will do my best to put that in motion. But until then, listen, thank all of you for coming through this evening. From the first poet this evening, Michael Sindler, to the last poet, Ngoma. I truly, truly appreciate your energy. You truly make this thing go. All right. Make sure you are plugging into the brick and mortar. As Ron said, it is closing, y'all. All right. We will still be hosting the online events, but the brick and mortar will be closing, and they will be doing a plethora of satellite locations around the city. So make sure you are plugging in with that. The website is still active. Go to the website, get your merch. Make sure you are representing for the cafe in your part of the world. thank all of you for hanging out with us this evening. It has truly been a pleasure. This is really celebratory, y'all. This is my 50th time hosting the New Yo this evening, right? All the time, ever since, dealing with, the previous host and Monday and Thursday. Listen, this is number 50. And I really, really cannot thank y'all enough for trusting me and believing in me to hold this down, right? And to be in this space. I really, really love y'all so much. Thank you for continuing to rock with me, to continuing to rock with Ron Mark Thompson, and continuing to keep our online space and community alive and kicking. I really, really can't thank you enough for that. Truly. We will end the night like this. Until we meet again, may this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, inspire others, energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Monday night with you all. Until we meet again, peace, blessings.